Okay. I had my sister stop at Kemp's today because they were having a special on their red and white potatoes, and they were 99 cents for a 5-pound bag, which is a great deal because they're usually $4, and $4 for a 5-pound bag as opposed to $1 for a 5-pound bag. I just think it's a much better deal. I'm going to cut all, I've washed them all. I had her get me 3 bags of the white and also 3 bags of the red. The white ones are going to be cut up. They've been washed. They're going to be cut, and then I'm going to freeze them in these, let's see, you can't see, quart-size freezer bags. And then I will put them straight into the freezer to add to my soups or anything I plan to do later this year. I'm going to put some more in my beef stew because if you watched that video, you know, they didn't have a lot of potatoes in them. But I don't have to do much to these. Not even on the video. Okay. I'm just going to cut them in half. Trying to see how I can get it into the video. There we go. Then I'm just going to put them into a bag. Once I get the baggies over half full, then I will just stick them in the freezer. And they don't turn brown. I know that some people have issues with potatoes and having to blanch them or do something before you can freeze them. But these, the white ones and the red ones, I don't have any problems with. I put them right in there. Now, I did buy 3 bags of the red ones. And on those, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to cook those up in the oven today. And we're going to cook all those potatoes down in potatoes and onions because we like our potatoes and onions, and I don't like making them. I just want to eat them. So if I make them up in advance, I can freeze those. So we just have to pull them out, and I want to try to make these bite-sized so they can put them in a soup or a stew. That one's a big one. Anyways, that's what we're doing today. I tried an experiment. I'm not sure how it turned out yet or how I feel about it. So I took my canned biscuit dough that I make my pull-apart breads with because I got it on sale with $1.12. So I used 2 cans of that. I used one of my cans of pumpkin mix, and I put the biscuits just like I would a sugar and cinnamon pull-apart bread. And I cut them into fourths, and each biscuit was cut into 6 pieces. Not fourths, sorry. And then I dipped them in sugar and cinnamon. And then I put those in the bump pan. Put half of them. I put 1 can in the bump pan. Then I made up the can of pumpkin mix to make a pumpkin pie. And I thought that pumpkin pie, I will just put that right on top of the bread and see how it turns out. It's almost bad, but bad spots off of here and I can save it. So it cooked, and I wasn't sure how long to cook it because the bread only takes 15-20 minutes, and the pumpkin takes like an hour to make a pumpkin pie. So kind of right in the middle, I went about 45 minutes. I've currently got it sitting up on the stove, trying to cool down a little bit to see where we got to go with it. This way I'll have potatoes for a while. I don't know how to do canning or any of that stuff. I freeze a lot of things when I can because it's easier for me to reach in the freezer, throw it in the crock pot, and call it a day. So I'm going to see how that bundt turned out. I don't even know what you'd call it. It's not a pumpkin pie. So I made the entire pumpkin pie recipe. I poured it in the middle of the pull-apart bread. So I don't know how it turned out yet. I thought I would cut these up real fast and figure that out in a minute if it's going to be any good or not. I know the cuts are not even, and I'm just trying to get it done so I can get it frozen. See how many quarts of potatoes I got out of there. These are my quart-sized bags. I have gallon-sized bags, but I don't want to put bad spot in there. I'll just kind of cut it off to the side. Get rid of it. I can fry them up. I can put them in a soup or a stew. plan to use a lot of them with the beef stew because I think I still have 8 bags in there. I made last month the beef stew recipe on how to freeze it because I don't know how to. I mean, I know how to make it fresh, and I have done that, but lately I've been making a lot of freezer meals because if I'm not here, I want them to be able. If I'm not here, just in case I'm not here, if anything happens, I want them to be able to have the stuff that they're used to. And they like beef stew. They can easily put it in the crock pot, any one of them. Well, they should be able to. We suffer with a lot of depression, too. So it's easier if we don't have to think too much. Tonight, I will be making a new recipe, but I probably won't put it on until tomorrow if I get to record it. My sister bought a bunch of turkey breast meat. It's just the slices, not like a turkey breast, but turkey slices. And we've been eating lots of sandwiches, but now it's going into the winter months, and I was thinking, why couldn't, I don't know if you remember these TV dinners that had the sliced turkey, and it had the gravy with it, and then it had vegetable. So I'm thinking, why couldn't I do that? Couldn't I take the rest of that turkey meat, so that we're not wasting it, and use it up by putting it in a casserole dish with some turkey gravy on it, and that way we've got a hot meal because it's got the turkey with the gravy on it. And I could make the potatoes up. I think the kids would love it. I'm not, I don't know, but I'm going to try it. That's what we're going to have for dinner tonight because I think it'd be easy to make. It gets some of the stuff rotated out of my freezer so I have more stuff for, like this. So I can put more potatoes and stuff in there and other meals. Is there anything that you do to prepare meals and put them in your freezer? I really like freezer meals because they're easy. But maybe others may not have all that space. I was talking to somebody earlier and they said they didn't have only a little tiny freezer. I have the freezer that's on my fridge is not that big, but I also have a chest freezer that my friend gave me. And then I have the upright freezer that I've had since, my goodness, for as long as I can remember. I bought it from my mother years and years ago. It's probably 20 years old or more. And that chest freezer is where I put a lot of the freezer meals so they could pull them right out of there. It's going to bother me. Sorry. I have to throw it in the garbage right away. Otherwise, it will stack up. So, I try to put as much as I can away. I know I don't have a lot of the quick, fancy things that people like. And my son-in-law, he likes those quick pizzas. You just freezer pizzas. They take up a lot of space. So I bought the flatbread at Sam's Club. And we had all that cheese given to us last month from the food bank. Or someplace. I think it was a church gave away food. And we got a big 5-pound bag of mozzarella. Well, I broke it down into smaller bags. It was shredded really thickly. I wish it would have been shredded smaller, but as it is, he's going through that and loving it because he can make pizzas in minutes. He just puts his sauce on there and some cheese and whatever he wants, and I don't have to have those boxes taking up freezer space in my freezer. So that's a good thing. Anything that you can make at home is always going to be cheaper than anything you're going to go buy in the store. The potatoes are all washed, dried, cut, and bagged. And I ended up with 10 quart bags of diced potatoes. And I can use these in anything. Soup or casserole. I can make potatoes au gratin with them. They might be a little thick, but it's okay. The point would be that I have them, And I could now store them for the winter. I had three 5-pound bags. So that's 15 pounds of potatoes. And I got 10 quart bags out of it. That would be, I'm trying to do math in my head. I got 10 bags out of 15 pounds. That's about 1.5 pounds each. That's all you need for a soup or a casserole. Anyways, I wanted to show you. I'm going to put those in my freezer. But this is my pumpkin, where I was trying to make it. It kind of did not come out very good. I think the pumpkin pie may have sunk to the bottom. Anyways, I used 2 rolls of biscuit mix. And see then I poured pumpkin pie. I made a batch of pumpkin pie enough to make 1 pie, and I poured it in between the biscuits. So I don't know, and I baked it for an hour instead of 20 minutes. So let's see. It's pretty good. Okay, now to get these into the chest freezer. Oh, excuse me as we walk through my, as I try not to trip, huh? I did have this room all the way cleaned, but then my daughter's been cleaning up, and as she cleans, everything kind of gets moved. I'm walking over here because that's where the freezer used to be. And the freezer is over here now, and there's stuff stacked on it. The children got chocolate milk all over my rug, and so they were in here cleaning that up. But everything in here is bagged up individually. Like I have beef. This is all my beef stew. And excess cheese. Now I'm putting potatoes in there. Over here I have sausages, breakfast sausages. These popsicles, I don't know what to do with them. These I got from the food bank. We still have a few left. Going back to the kitchen, still trying to choose bread. That was a big piece of bread. Especially because I have no teeth. Anyways, the flavor tastes like pumpkin pie. Just trying to figure out how I could have done it better. Maybe 1 can of biscuits. I don't know how to do it. If you have any tips or ideas, let me know. I basically wanted to have the cinnamon pull-apart bread as the base, the pumpkin pie in the middle, and more cinnamon pull-apart bread on top. I don't know if there's pumpkin pie in there or not yet. Let me know if you have any ideas. Stay safe and healthy, and thank you so much for watching my channel.